Welcome to Mark's Motorsports and Farming channel. As you can tell, the corn harvest of 2019 has begun. Today is November 5th. Bit of shorter rows here, and then we can get into the what's known as the meat and potatoes of the field. Where we can, where the rows start getting a little bit longer and so forth. Odds and ends opening things up so far, and I dumped all that off, and so now I'm able to go for a little while again. We did not have this corn checked for moisture just yet, but I did. There is a little trapdoor type thing on the combine where you can reach into the tank and grab a sample, and I kind of reached in and felt it, and certainly felt wet, so that's not necessarily a good sign. We just turned our clocks back over the weekend here in Minnesota, so that the days are that much shorter. So we're starting to reach the point where crops won't dry down anymore. Basically, whatever the moisture is probably what we'll have, no matter how long we wait. Take it off, so might as well start taking it now and be done with it. Put the gravity box in a different spot than I was hoping they would. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it out from where it's at now. So I guess the start was that I got the two grain trucks over here. Get those full, and if there's daylight out. The other folks come and get me, and then I'll bring my truck over here and put that gravity box in a place where I know I'll be able to take it back to the home farm after I fill it. The amount I did here, I didn't find any mud, but this, you never know. And it's a little harder to see mud in a cornfield or spots like that than it is in a soybean field or a wheat field. Any sort of small grain. Just because the plants are so much taller, and that hides the ground a little more. Over here, plants are a little green, that where even though we've had a few, cold frosty mornings, for whatever reason that wasn't quite enough to the plants and not have it be so wet. Yeah, here you can see where the wet weather hurt the growth. Turn around on this hay strip here and go back the other way. Yeah, we still have a drainage issue over there. That has to be the worst it's been, especially this late in the year. Channels have said it best too, you know, that opening a field can be the most time consuming part of harvesting a field. You know, just either drive up, back up, drive up, back up. You know, it has something to do with it, you know. Trying to get your head lined up. You know, where you can take a swath and get things open. Whereas what I'm doing now is, you know, when things start going a little faster, when you can just go up and down coast to coast the whole time. We might have a coating of white shit here overnight. You know, I've always hoped that they're full of shit with that, because number one, it's a nuisance, and number two, it adds to it. You know, especially a year like this, it adds to what's already a challenge, trying to avoid mud and so forth. Things that, you know, planted later than normal this year, you know, that also delayed the harvest. With that, enjoy the ride as this is day one of 2019 corn harvest. Spot here, I end up seeing an extra headland or set of end rows, you know, whatever you guys are used to calling that. You know, I kind of went around that big water hole there. for a little bit longer now, and then eventually I'll go on the other side of the flooded area there and go down to the other end. I'll probably pick those rows up there when I go ahead and do those up there. And that way, like I say, at least for today, I'll be able to go coast to coast with this planer width off. The way that I did. Do with corn is, you know, when you run out of plants, you know, you want to pick that head up as fast as you can, you know, to try to minimize the amount of tops that roll off by not having more corn fed into the head. take a swath until I get to this point. And after this now, I'll be able to go all the way down to the north end of the field. Talking about earlier about end rows or headlines being the most time consuming is especially true when you have a high yielding crop in the field, which mine this year does not necessarily appear to be that way, but I was barely able to avoid the mud here, just taking that little bit of that swath off that I actually planted that way. So what I'll probably do here is, it's not really the most ideal thing, but I'll have to go the exact opposite way of how these rows are planted. Give me enough room to turn around and make sure I stay out of the mud turning around on the end here, or closer to the flooded area over there. Every single cob by doing what I'm doing, but I think I'm still getting most of them. too, it'd be absolutely, you know, those of you that are farmers run into a situation like this, you know, and one thing that does help is, like you see me there, you know, the outside snout is hugging the standing corn, and that helps too to minimize the number of cobs that you're not able to get. Going into the mud. That's where in my case now, 12-row planter and I'm using a 6-row corn head. So 2 widths with a planter equals 4 widths with the corn head, and then 4 corn head widths gives me the ideal amount of room to turn around. With using a corn head is that you don't want the head riding on the ground like you do with soybeans. You know what I mean? You want to keep it close to the ground. You know, to make sure you get all the cobs off, but you don't want it riding completely on the ground. You guys see this on camera or not? The scoots at the end are just barely off the ground, and that's about where you want it. There, now you guys probably see it a little bit better. What I'm talking about there. Like one more round, and then I'll have to empty the grain hopper here, which I would show you, but with the parts that aren't parked in the ideal spot to, you know, show that on camera this time around. I really have to concentrate, make sure I don't hit one truck trying to fill the other. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Riding along with me here from home, basically. Starting on corn harvest for 2019. So there will for sure be 1 or 2 more videos yet before I get this done. Yeah, I'll basically just keep recording videos, you know, until it's done. So there's certainly some farming related content coming up yet. You know, even besides harvest. There's a couple other videos yet that are tucked away, so to speak. You know, for when either Mother Nature will keep me out of the field, or else I'll be done with harvest. You know, whichever happens sooner. Be sure to keep you guys posted when I know what moisture this corn is at. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I certainly appreciate that. Be sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. And then once you're subscribed, then you can scroll over to the right and click on the bell. And you'll get notified whenever a new video is posted, and then that way you won't miss any content. Be sure to follow Mark's Motorsports and Farming channel on Facebook as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you later.